Right. Hello. Good morning. Let's see. Let's get into our app again. We've gotten pretty far now. Really happy about this. And what we're going to do today is try to get as far as we can on the family syncing ability. And there's already an implementation of this in what the hell's Flutter. And we need to translate that into this app. So let's bring it up. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so as I mentioned, the native app has the same kind of client architecture as Overmind. Like there are actions. We have like a component dealing with this. Well, two components, family sync and family sync invite. Yeah, joining okay, there's quite a bit of stuff. Joining family, leaving family, dialogue. Yeah, so we have some stuff we need to implement. I guess the natural thing to start with is the actual family sync component. And I guess we just need to infer like, what does this actually look like? And then we'll take a look at, so we'll do like a brute force implementation in the UI. And then we'll take a look at the way it actually works. What state does it use? We'll populate that state. And then we end by looking at the actions and effects that actually make this thing run. And the backend of this is Firebase functions, and that's already running. So we don't have to worry about that. We just need to write the code to talk to it, and that's also in here somewhere. Let's see. Okay, so where should we? We need a new page, that's for sure. So maybe we can start there. Overmind. When we are in machines, this will be in our app machine, where we have home, add backlog item, edit next week, edit current week, and then I guess current would then be, maybe we should just call it family. And then that will hold like family sync and everything. So that should probably be its own state machine because there's many different states there. Yes, but the page itself is called family. And then we need a type for navigating to this family navigated, which then means that we want, whenever family navigated is run, we only want to be able to get there from, yeah, that's a good question. Do we have like, by the way, I made on my list now, on my list, let's see, I'm going to turn this off, by the way. Preview on edit, I'm going to turn that off. On my list now, like we're having a hackathon in a week or something, and on my list I'm going to create an experiment in Codesandbox, which you can turn on, and it will automatically activate like running the preview on edit based on the file extension, which is going to be interesting. So that when I work with normal TypeScript files, it will just, you will have to save for it to update, and it will actually update. It won't hot reload, it will actually refresh. Because when you work in TypeScript files, you typically work with effects and stuff, where you really do want a full refresh. At least that's my experience. But when you work in a component, you have proper hot reloading there. And so when you save, you just want to hot reload. And we can base that on the file extension. Anyways, it's an experiment. It's a first step towards having a smarter thing. Anyways, so the thing is, yeah, because we remove logout when we move into the different pages. So So we can't reach the family page unless we're on the actual home page, which might change later. Oh, that's a little bit weird. Anyways, which might change later, but for now it works that way. So if we are on the home, we allow you to go to current family, and we actually want to have a family machine here. So let's create that. So this is finally, we're using this new API to build something new, which is interesting. So we'll see how this how we reason about this. So let's just call it family, and we import state machine from Overmind, and we also need the state machine type. Was it like this, state machine? Okay, so we need our do we call it states? I believe we called it states. Do we have any base state here? I don't know yet. We'll figure that out, but we will have some events for sure. So the initial state is like I don't have any drawings of this, and I can't really remember it either. But like the first screen is at least like, what's the status? So let's call it status. And then we have, let's just start there, and we'll populate this as we move on. So let's export a type of family, which equals state machine states events. Oh yeah, because I don't have any, let's see, type foo, yeah, something. We'll just set it up, and then we'll export the family by creating a state machine of states and events, where we have our foo thing, which will change later. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. So now in our app, we can import family machine. Wow, that sounds kind of creepy. Family machine. Let's see, family machine and family from family. And then when we are in the family state, then we'll say that we actually have a family machine here. And then when we actually move into that state, we need to create the family. And then let's say the current is status. Okay, this is nice. Oh, we need state here. There we go. Okay, so now we need a component for the family. I have a feeling it's going to be multiple components, but I think we can define them in the same file. Let's try that first, at least. So import React from React, export family, return hello family. And then on home, we need to is it on home? Yeah, this is where we had logout. And we basically just need like a family link. I'm not sure how we're going to display it. Maybe it should just be a link like this on the other side. We'll just do that for now. Let's just call it family. Family. Actions. Yeah, so we need, let's see, we need an action for moving to, don't we have all these navigated things here? Yes. Open family. If we're authenticated, we'll move to family. That's basically it. Family navigated. Cool. So now we have that. Family, open family, and then we need this family thing. So let's just copy this. Let's put it on the left side. And let's call it family. Yeah, as simple as that. Cool. So there we have our family, and then we have to make sure that when we family, we have to import our family component. Family. Let's see. And that's the family component, and that should basically just work. I wonder, did I actually have some kind of, yeah, exactly. It gives me an error here, right? That's really cool because we're missing family. But now it's there. I guess one thing we can implement in the family before we is the back button. Import styled from CSS. Oh, we need floating button as well. Let's go grab that. Yeah, let's just back button, on click, actions equals use app actions. Did I call it use app actions or did I call it use actions? I call it use actions. So on click would be actions open home, something like this. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oh, screen container. Do we have the screen container here? Is that what the others use? Screen container? No, they just use container. Should use container. There we go. Where the hell is the back button? Oh, maybe there's something else to this. Yeah, sorry. Where is it? Family, back button. Oh, come on. Where did it go? There we are. Let's see. Family. There we go. And we can move back and forth. That's good. Okay. Let's get cracking. What this thing needs is, let's see. Okay, so we have sync family. Okay, so if you don't have a family UID, you can join. Okay, yeah, I think I remember now. So if you went on the website and you paid for a subscription, I would set up a family for you. Yeah. But you're not going to pay now, so you need to be able to create a family. And we don't have that logic. So we actually need to deploy this service. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember now. So the profile, your profile might have a related family UID. And if you have a family UID, we download the family as well. And if your UID is the same as the owner UID of the family, then yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, this is going to take some time, I think. I guess we should build that first. Do we make any checks at all for family UID now? In our... So we go initialize, sign in, get profile. Yes, then we create a profile. Yeah, and so here we create the profile. We don't have anything related to the family yet. What the fudge? Oh, what's happening here? Oh, yeah, look at me. Machines app. Oh, it's not even state, it's machines app. Machines off. Yeah, that's it. I wonder why this complains. I thought this was supposed to be global. Or I'm doing like type of import Firebase. I guess we can type Firebase equals type of. Can do this. Yeah. Interesting. Anyways, yes, so what we need to do first, I guess, is to go and see if you actually have a family. I think we need to fire up the Firebase. Go to console. Go to console, family scrum. Real-time database. All right. Oh no, it's Cloud Firestore. All right, so we don't have any families here. I don't remember how we set this up. Let's see if I can go to the production one. Here we have families, and let's see, profiles. Yeah, let's see if we can find mine. Hello. Wow, it's super slow. It's insanely slow. Okay, so we have family UID. And then we have families, which has, okay. All right. So what we need to check here is when we go and grab the profile. Okay, so here we actually return a profile. And I'm wondering, should the family be its own? How should we store this in the client? Should we store the family on the profile? Or should we Yeah, and okay, so this is interesting because now we're just grabbing the profile. We are not listening to any updates on the profile. So I actually think we need to change this. We can't just grab the profile. Well, we do want to grab the profile, but then we also want to stream the profile. So for example, if you create a family, we add a owner UID. Sorry, a family UID on your profile, which we want to be updated. Shit, this is going to take some time. Yeah, this is so typical. Like, I can't imagine. I've been developing for 10 years, and every single time I think about a concept, and I'm like, yeah, we'll do this in a day. And then it's like you dive into the details, and then you see it takes like 2 weeks. I wonder why we never learn. It's such a weird thing of human nature. Maybe we never would have started anything if we didn't have this naive optimism, or like its personality as well, of course. I'm like super naive and very optimistic. I'm actually like, when I'm in professional mode, then I'm very, very, what's it called? Like realistic with estimates. Like every time people tell me to estimate something, they always... Really? Does it take that much time? Yeah, and it always does. Even my estimates always goes over time. And like when someone asks me to estimate something, I estimate like how much time I think it will take to write the code, and then I at least double that time. Because of environment, you might be sick one day. Because that's the thing, like people don't ask you for an estimate of how much time it takes. When people ask for estimates, they ask you at what date can this be done. That's the first confusion. And then they don't ask you like, and when they ask you how much time does it take to implement it, they actually mean how much time, again, it's the date. So they don't... What I mean is, when people ask you to estimate something, you naturally move into how much time does it take to code this thing. But that's just part of it. Like, you need to plan, you need to explore some things, you need to deal with the environment. You might get sick one day, you might have a couple of short days because of family stuff. There's a ton of stuff going into that estimation. So I always double it, because I just naturally think about the implementation itself. And then if I think there's risks there, like there's stuff I really don't know, and I think there are like high risk of... it's not like the risk itself, it's the amount of unknowns. If there are a lot of unknowns, I triple the estimate. And then I'm very explicit about that. I say that, okay, I think like for programming sake, it's like a week, but there's environment and all sorts of shit can happen. So I think it will take 2 weeks. But that's my optimistic estimate. Because of this thing, I have no idea how we're going to do that. From experience, I know this thing will become really tricky. So realistic estimate is 3 weeks. That's how I do it. Sorry, that was a long explanation. Anyways, yeah, we have to figure out how to deal with this profile, because we do want to listen to updates to the profile. And we do want to listen to updates for the family, because we want... So for example, if someone joins the family itself updates. So yeah, I think we could hide this behind one thing though. No, I think we'll make it 2 explicit concepts. Okay, so let's type out this family first. So I guess we can have it here. So we have well, of course, the family should be in family. So let's export a type called family. Like this family will be part of our, let's see, let's put it into auth. This is where we'll store our family. Yes. And the family has a UID. And if I remember correctly, it has also profile UIDs. We don't have subscriptions, so that's okay. Yeah, and did we store... Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, and then we actually stored, let's see. I think we stored, yeah, we do that. The backlog items are stored on the family. Oh, here we go. Yeah, backlog. Yes, exactly. Of course, it's like that. And then we have profile UIDs, which is... What do we actually store in there? Oh, it's an array. It's an array. Yeah, exactly. So it depends. How did we do this? Sorry, I'm wavering back and forth here now. But we look at the profile. Yeah, and when I'm based on the profile having a family or not, we go and grab the... Okay, so this is interesting. We explicitly have to handle the transition being in a family, like not being in a family and moving into a family. And the opposite. We basically need to restart the stream whenever we move. So yeah, that's an explicit thing we do. Anyways, where were we? So we have UID and profile UIDs. And then our profile. Yes. So if, don't we call it owner? Yeah, owner UID. Sorry. So it's UID, owner UID, and then profile UIDs. That's what we want. Cool. Yes. So how should we deal with this? We currently go and grab the profile. And I think we should do that because this also ensures that if we don't have a profile, it's actually created. And then we can create a stream for the profile. And then we're also going to stream family, which also takes the profile. Yeah, and also an action, which is basically you get the profile here. And here we have an action, which gives you the family. Cool. Yeah, so the question now is, do we explicitly check if you have a family before we start streaming it? Or do we just, I think we should just, yeah. So if no profile family UID, we just return. So we'll always like try to stream the family. Yeah, and then we have dispose profile, dispose stream profile, then dispose stream family. Cool. And you know what? Like my little side project, we are going to actually refactor this whole app again. That's going to be fun. And and we're actually going to use, so we've done a lot of great things for Codesandbox. Like we identified bugs, we set focus on some services that has been unstable and stuff like that. What I think would be a nice like side focus to building the app is to try out this new project I'm working on, because now that project is pretty much ready. And oh yeah, this is a good idea. The project is pretty much ready. I kind of have to build something now to identify what are the missing pieces, and then we can actually fix. Yeah, this is really good. Okay, cool. So we're going to do that. That will actually require quite a bit of refactoring, but it's like a perfect project to move that project forward as well. So we're going to do that. Yeah, that I'm excited for that. Cool. Yeah, that's really cool. And then we can play around with that, and then I'll do like a more formal introduction of that project, because it's actually going to be like my next state management library. And it might seem silly, like why aren't you just working on this one thing? It's because I just don't believe we have found a really good way to do state management yet. There's so much more we can do, especially in terms of using visual tools and visualizing what's happening inside the app. So I just keep pushing for that, and we can't do that on the same project, because sometimes you need like fundamental changes. Like there might be completely new APIs available in the language, or there is new patterns emerging which doesn't fit with the patterns, for example, Overmind is built upon, which is the case here actually. So anyways, we're going to do that tomorrow. Yeah, so maybe we should just stop here. And I think, because in terms of the components, like we can reuse all of the components, that's no worries. Well, I guess one big difference is that the other project doesn't have an explicit concept of a state machine. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But anyways, the reason we built this with state machines was to find the API for the state machine API for Overmind. And we've done that. This is going to be pushed or released as soon as possible. So yeah, tomorrow we are going to... Yeah, again, it's not all about the app here. We are going to build this app, but there are other things we also want to do. And tomorrow we are going to try this new tool I've been working on to see how we can implement this. That's going to be fun. Yes. Cool. That's it for now. I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow, and have a great day.